Alright guys, I've been sitting here at this log for about 20 minutes trying to figure out the best way to saw it. We'll go over the measurements here in just a second. But right now the dilemma is there's a definite bow in this log. I got the horns on the bottom that are touching the sawmill bed and the hump up here. And on the end bunts over here, it's resting on the sawmill. But right here in the middle on these two, it's about 5 inches as far as the clearance goes. So this log is nowhere near straight. Now with walnut, I'm always after the widest boards possible, and this one here got some potential problems because of that bow. Right now I got it turned at the widest point, 27, almost 27 inches right there to the bark. But if we turn this thing to where it's flat on the sawmill bed and we got some curved slabs that come out of this, we're going to end up with 25 inches probably on our width. Have less waste that way. So it's probably what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and flip it on its side to where it's laying flat on the sawmill bed and check that width again. Probably going to be the best strategy here, get the best slabs out of this log with the least amount of waste. Now there's one more thing you could do here if you didn't want to turn this log on its side, is leave it in the position it's in and get rid of this hump right here in the middle. And you get a lot of waste when you do that. You gotta come in here and saw right here, not a lot of waste right here, more waste in the middle than the end. And you would flatten that out, then turn it 180 degrees and take off these horns. That's a good way of getting a log straightened out if you want good straight lumber. But I don't really mind these curved logs like this because the grain's going to be running straight regardless. And will make for some really nice little curved dining tables or coffee tables or desk. And with walnut, you want to kind of maximize your yield. And something like this, getting rid of the hump and the horns, you'll have a lot of waste doing it that way. So we'll go ahead and turn this thing on its side, and if I'm satisfied with the orientation, we'll go ahead and start making some 9/4 slabs and get this thing knocked out. There should be some really nice wood inside this walnut here. Tell you, with a log this big, it's kind of hard to tell from down there what all's going on with it. But it's all resting on the sawmill bed now, so that's what I was after. So with the way it's orientated, I'm pretty satisfied there. It's all on the bed, and our width is going to be 24 inches. Sometimes these logs, you stare at them for hours and try to get them turned the right way for the best yield, and I'm not real happy with how this one's turned out. I was hoping for wider slabs. You know, 27 inches is the widest it should be, and we're going to lose about 3 inches right there, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Hey, I think I'm going to turn it 45 degrees again and see what happens. I'm just not real happy with the way it's sitting right there. Even though it's flat on the mill, there's a lot of taper right here and I'm losing a lot of width. What I'm doing here is I'm making sure the log, those things are cracking. I want to make sure this log stays flat on the bed. And we're flat on the bed right there. I don't know. Now I saw something on this side I didn't see earlier, and I'm glad I come down here to look at this. This is the widest point of the log right here. We're looking at 32 inches right here on this side. And we have a branch out here at the top, so we should have some crotch figure coming down in here. So this is a good lesson, guys, in taking your time on this timber and getting it right the first time. I'm not a production sawyer. I don't do 2x4s and 2x8s all day. A lot of you guys may be doing that, and that's fine. But when you're sawing for figure, you really got to take your time on these logs. And sometimes this log will be the only one I do. This is the only log that I will saw today. And based on the money you make off walnut, that's a pretty good day actually. I don't have any complaints about it. But you really want to get in here and take a look at every face and try to get the best width. And that's what's going to happen right here. This is going to be the widest point, 32 inches. And if we're lucky, there'll be some crotch figure at the top. So I'm going to go ahead now and rotate it 45 degrees one more time. And I'm not really going to be concerned with how the bed looks on the bottom. If there's a little bit of clearance here, with this width showing what it's showing right now, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm going to turn this thing over and just start going all the way down through it and cutting slabs, especially knowing 30-inch plus width right there. All right, guys, that's what we was after right there on the bottom. Looks like we got the hump on the bottom, and the horns, there's about 1.5 inches of clearance. So not a lot of waste right there. Check this out down here. This is a big log, man. I'm telling you, it's bigger than I thought it was. If we get lucky right here, we're gonna have crotch figure right here and right here. And good Lord, we're gonna have it at the bottom. There's another knot down there at the base of it that lines up with this other limb. So there's a really good possibility this log and the slabs on it, once we cut down past this outside bark area, will have 3 crotch figures in it. That's ridiculous. That is just ridiculous right there. This is a massive walnut. This never gets old right here. Alright guys, here's the first slab of the day, and I had to stop sawing after the first slab, and I'll explain that in just a second. Now usually these bark slabs have a lot of sapwood, and let me tilt the camera. As you can see right here, we got, gosh, 5 inches of sapwood right here, and the heartwood is only about 9 inches. This is the bark side slab, you know, the first slab you get with the bark of the tree on the outside, so that's expected right there. Right here is the operator end. I flipped the slab around, and this is that knot that I showed you guys, and I was hoping for some crotch figure down here. And based on what I'm seeing here in the middle, we take this sawdust off, there should be some really nice figure right here coming down, and some really nice, you know, it's almost curly right here toward the bottom. This isn't bad at all because there's limited sapwood on this side, and over here there's about 3 or 4 inches. So see how this looks. Oh yeah, check that out. Never know what's hiding underneath here, guys. That is really nice. What we have going on here, we have this knot and we have crotch figure right here in this middle, and there's another branch that came out probably toward us, perpendicular here to the knot on this side, and got a lot of end grain right here that was exposed by that. So you got your crotch figure coming out and another small knot on this side. So and the figure really looks nice right here as it continues on over. We'll throw some water on it and you'll be able to see it a whole lot better. But what I'm really liking here is toward the bottom. This may not show up too good through the camera, and even with the best log that we saw up on this channel, and you guys will look at it and think it looks awesome, it looks twice as good if you see it in person. Just, you know, these cameras do not do them justice. We got some nice figure right in here at the bottom as well. Nice and straight coming up to the crotch area. Let's throw some water on this. I bet it's going to look twice as good with water on it. Alright guys, we got the best of everything you'd want in black walnut. We got our crotch figure right here coming down. Just gorgeous right here in the middle. You know, it's just hard to beat right there, guys. No defects in here. It's nice and solid. And right here at the bottom, and I'll bring the camera in to show you guys a little bit closer, it's curly right here at the bottom. And when I talked about curly, it looks like there's ripples in there, like waves in the grain. It looks three-dimensional. That's what you call curly wood. Maple is real famous for having some nice curl to it, and cherry. But every once in a while I'll see this in walnut, but not very often. And what's unique about this, 99% of the time, your bark side slab, which is what we're looking at here, is the lowest grade slab out of the log due to the sapwood and just all the defects on the bark sides of it and the extrusions that come in. But this one right here, you know, this is phenomenal. This ranks right up here with some of the best ones I've ever sawed based on having curl at the bottom and crotch figure both. Hard to beat right here. And if this is a sign of what's to come on that log over there, it's only going to get better as we start cutting down through it.
No matter